Welcome to Circle of Greatness. I'm your host, Nehemiah Davis. And as always, I'm going to keep bringing you guys some of the biggest, some of the best. And today I get to bring my good girlfriend. Wait, can I say girlfriend?
You can say girlfriend.
All right, yeah. I get to bring my good homie, home girl, however you want to call it, Miss Donni Wiggins, business coach, entrepreneur, author, amazing mother, cultural leader, and game changer on the show. What up, sis?
I am amazing, Leo. How are you? First of all,
We finally got you here.
we're not about to be formal. I am happy to be here.
Yeah, me too.
Y'all,
Yeah, we ain't formal. That's why I said, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I'm like, Donnie, what we gonna talk about? We do your show all the time, you, me, and David. I'm like, we gotta
talk about, but they haven't seen me on
here.
the Circle of Greatness.
100%.
So this is
100%.
awesome. We've been trying to really make this happen for like months.
Yes, it has been a while. So
Yeah.
I'm happy it's done now. So
For sure.
we here. What you been up to? How you been?
I have been amazing.
Okay.
I've been amazing. Is this like a transparent podcast? Like
Yeah,
we get straight into
100%.
it?
Yeah.
For sure.
It's not fully transparent with Donni Wiggins.
It's
but
not
you
it's
could
not
be
full
transparent.
transparency with
Yeah.
Donni Wiggins. You know what I mean? No, I am as a woman, I am amazing. As a mom and a friend and all those things, I feel like I've got everything kind of working the way I want it to work.
Yeah.
But this morning when I left the gym, Neo, I was like, it's time to do something different. Like I'm having this, I will always be a business coach. Like that's just in me. I really enjoy teaching and all the things. But my energy, my spirit is calling me to do something bigger. Like God is saying, do more.
Yeah.
Do more.
What you thinking?
I don't know. So right now, I am focused heavily on my community, Actionable CEO.
Yeah.
And my goal is to grow that to 10,000 members over the next 3 years. And maybe that's it, right? Maybe that's it. But I'm like at the beginning of it. I just launched it a couple of months ago. And sometimes when you have reached a certain level of success in your business and you're starting again from scratch, sometimes that slow growth can feel so painful or challenging. You just, you want things to be moving fast.
Yep.
And one of the things that I am embracing right now is not looking at my business like a 2020 business. I'm looking at my business as it was prior to 2020 to have something like real to compare my growth and my results to.
That's good. I like it. So just figuring it out. Have you thought, what about more buying businesses?
Yeah.
That's something you into.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, we don't talk about it public, but I'm focusing a lot more energy on that on this next season because you don't got to be the face of that.
Yeah.
We're able to go I was just talking with Drew and I'm like, and we talked about taking the marketing, taking the strategies, taking the things that we do and go applying it to an old industry. So imagine taking what we do, understanding marketing, understanding video, understanding just these concepts that we do, and you take that to an HVAC company. You take that to somebody who install windows. I'm making this up. But in exchange for equity or whatever that we
Well,
decide
that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to do. I think you and I were a part of the same community where we were really diving deep and wanting to learn at a high level what it means to buy a business and what those deals look like.
Yeah.
But even in my coaching practice right now, like new clients that come in can't come in without the conversation of equity because I find that a lot of times...
I like that conversation.
Yeah, for sure. What I'm finding is, or what I found over the last like 10 to 12 years of being a business coach, and I say 10 to 12 because I've been a full-time coach for 10 years, but I've been coaching for 12. What I'm finding is that when you're working with entrepreneurs and they think that they're ready to scale, sometimes what they really need is like product refinement, new products, new offers, new services. And I have shortchanged myself so much, so many times by recommending these products and these services and these new offers that go on to make people millions of dollars, and I'm just getting an annual fee.
Oh, my blood is boiling right now.
Listen.
That's why I don't have my mastermind number. That's why I ain't focusing on it.
This is it. But
it's all partnerships.
You know what it is? For me, the truth is we're learning as we grow, right? And the truth for me, at least, is that when I started as a business coach, like my initial rate 12 years ago was something crazy like $97 a month, right?
Yeah.
And then as you learn more, you do more. As you get into these larger rooms, you like, okay, let me charge a little bit more. But when I started, I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to help you come up with these new ideas. So what I've done so far is based on my own level of experience. But then I got into some other rooms that say, "Oh no, you're not supposed to coach people's and give them your ideas for themselves, right? You're supposed to coach what they have and help them refine what they have. But if you're executing these new ideas that they didn't even think about, there should be some equity there."
Yeah.
And I learned that maybe 2 years ago. And so that's what, and it's one of those things, we knew this already. Like we sit and we know, like, dang, if I had just taken 10%, 20%, whatever that percentage is, things could be different.
I wouldn't be working right now.
Would not be.
I mean, I
working.
wouldn't do nothing.
Nothing.
If all the people I help, and I'm grateful. I help a lot of people make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it, but every single one of them would have said yes from where they were if they even had to just give me 10 or 20%.
Yeah, for sure. Every client that I can think of, for the most part, I want to say maybe 80% of my clients were not millionaires before me. And that's what I was about to get at. Part of the reason why it's so funny, because even us, like, people look at me and you as business coaches and in this space, like we know everything, and we don't. Like, we
Facts.
literally go into rooms and we learn stuff, right? And for me, I had this guilt complex attached to, well, they haven't made their first six figures there yet, so let me help them make six figures. I didn't start helping people make millions until maybe 3 years ago. Before that, my special sauce was in helping people make six figures.
Yeah.
Like, in the last 3 years, I've been helping people make millions. So even though the results shifted, my offer didn't shift. And it's time for that now. Like, I'm just ready to be like a marketing partner for somebody.
Yep.
I'm ready to be a consulting partner for somebody.
Yep.
Or with somebody. I am ready to be a strategy partner with somebody. And really, what I bring to the table right now, you can't pay me for in a flat rate, because I don't come with flat ideas. You get what I'm saying?
100%. What you come in was exponential growth.
Exponential growth.
Same. I'm bringing you crap that you wasn't even thinking about.
Yeah.
I'm making the offer,
Yeah.
building the structure,
Yes.
helping with the team,
Yes.
helping with the marketing. That sounds like an equity to me.
That's 1000% equity.
What's that? Is that Carter or George? They got a cologne. What is it called? Equity?
That's George that has equity.
Equity,
Yes.
yeah.
Equity is my love language.
Yeah, I like it. I like the sound of it. You did the commercial.
I did the commercial.
Yeah, commercial
I'm one of
looked fire.
the spokesmodels, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I am having my way this year.
Yeah, I
But
like it.
yeah, equity is the cologne, and that's really the theme. And it's mind blowing to me how I know you and Dave be funny acting whenever I say manifesting stuff, right?
Not me. I believe in manifesting.
You believe in
stuff.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Okay. I feel like I manifested this feeling.
But you work too. It's not just you. Oh,
For
give me
sure.
some without you sitting on the couch
Nia,
waiting
I
for
work
somebody
so
to give you
hard.
waiting for a guy to be like, "Hun, I got you," and
No,
you.
but
do
I'm ready
nothing.
for that.
I
I'm
get
ready.
that. But what I'm saying, so she's saying she available, y'all. But what I'm saying is, it's not like you're asking for something that you actually aren't. You're working for it. You
No.
doing the work every day.
I work hard. I work really, really hard. But I am at the place now where strategy is more important than anything right now. Like, sometimes we work hard because we're trying new ideas. Sometimes we're working hard because our backs are up against the wall. Like, we've both worked really hard over the last several years to a place where now it's like, okay, I can breathe. But I don't see, like, what I do right now. We have to have a shift. And equity, consulting for equity, is likely that shift. I want to be able to work with entrepreneurs in a way that I'm not counting the hours. I'm not looking at it like, oh, we got this one weekly meeting. I want to really be available, but I don't want to feel the need to hold back just because I'm giving you these new ideas that you're going to take and run with.
Right, and I get nothing but a one-time pay for it.
But a one-time pay for it. Yeah. And you were happily ever after for years to come. And people will argue, like, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it just really depends on what your business model is. It depends on what you bring to the table. And I am a holistic business strategist. So I don't just look at your operations. I'm not just looking at your marketing. I'm not just looking at your sales team. When you're looking at business people, you have visionaries and you have integrators, right? And
What book
usually
is that from? Because everybody talk. Is that Scaling Up?
that is going to be traction.
Traction. Okay, there we go.
So you have visionaries and you have integrators. And usually you don't have both in the same person, right? Usually you're one or the other.
That's a fact. I'm a visionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm that very small percentage of people who are both.
Yeah.
I'm a visionary and I'm an integrator, meaning
What are you more of?
I'm really great at both. Like and that's why I'm such a great coach.
I'm just visionary.
But that's also why you're so great at being a coach, because sometimes you need to be that person who just thinks of concepts and thinks of ideas, and you can see what's happening right now and you know where you want to take that brand in 6 months, 12 months, 3 years. I am that person who does those things. Like, I really understand conceptually what should happen with the brand, but I also know how to get it done. I also pay attention to the details. So I am the person that you want to have thinking about your big picture, but you also want me in on the details because I don't miss too much, right? I am that person that's in that very, very, very small percentage. And so when you are that person, you're always wanting to do stuff. You're always wanting to reinvent the wheel. And that's where I'm at right now.
That's good. Well, I knew you were gonna figure it out. But
Yeah.
Yeah, because those skills are needed.
Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you. One of the things that I've been struggling with is, we partner with people. So I got a bunch of partners that we partner with, and some partners are better than others. And I'm just struggling. Do I keep looking and searching for like the bigger partner? And when I say bigger, it's not all some of them are bigger partners. Or do I go with a partner that can do $50K a month, right? Let's say or my cut is $50K, or we do half of that, whatever the number is. And that over the years, like $500-600 for me, or $1 million, depends on. We do 100 a month, it's half of that for me. Let's just say 500 for the year or something. Or do I go find that person where I can go do $1 million or $2 million with them in a year, but now I need 4 of the small ones to get the one big one. So, but it's like I always just want to keep being active.
So I think that there's a lot of value in these small companies. I think there's a lot of value. I also think that they are very malleable. Like, I believe that a lot of times with smaller companies, they're more open to your perspective. They're more open to your feedback, right? And with that being said, more than just the revenue, because that's a part of what you're there for, to help increase the revenue. More than just the revenue that they're bringing in is this person easy to work with? Like,
that's important for me.
Yeah, is this person easy to work with? Is this somebody who I want to be connected with, like morally, spiritually, visionary, in a visionary way? Do I see myself as a good fit for this person? Or with this company? Is this somebody that has great work ethic, right? And so also, is this somebody who's good with money? Like, I have a whole like checklist of criteria that
Let me hear something, because you were talking my language on work ethic. It's one of my top ones. Good with money is important.
Yeah.
Work ethic, good with money. One of my favorites for me, Donnie, is I actually want to go hang out with the person. Let's go to dinner. Let's go out. Like, you and I kick it, and it's like, it's comfortable. It's not a kicking it and like, I ain't trying to be with her.
Before you get into a contractual partnership, here's what I think. I think being a Donni Wiggins or a Nehemiah Davis, I think what's important, like, we have to look at things differently than maybe some of these bigger corporations before they go and acquire companies or pieces of companies, because we don't have the same liability protection, right? We don't have access to some of those same things right now. So I think before you partner with some of these companies, you have to look at the moral compass of that person. I want to not only hang out with you, but I want to hang out with you and your family. I want to be around you and your wife. I want to see you and your father element, you and your mom element, because if you are not taking care of those things that are attached to your legacy directly, then you're not going to do well at taking care of our business partnership. I want to see, like, I want references. I want people who are close to you, people who are friends with you. Like, what are they saying about your character? What are the first 3 words that they're using to describe who they believe you are? Those things are very, very important to me. But also in my agreement, right now, we have to work together in a consulting space, strictly a client consulting space for 60 days before I even consider bringing you on as an equity partner.
So what if you go get them so much game and they be like, I don't need you as the equity partner, or is that going to be in the contract
That's
already?
a risk that we take, right? That's definitely a risk that we take. But I base that off of my average client. My average client retains me for at least 3 years.
Mm.
And I have some clients now that have been retaining me for the last 4 years, right? And I believe that if the state of business were what it was 10 years ago that it is now, I'd have 10-year clients, right? But things just changed and we had exponential growth.
Yeah.
I can't be concerned with what somebody's going to do. So here's the thing, and I'm glad you said that because I truthfully can't be concerned what somebody's going to do if they felt like they got enough for me in 60 days. I think them making a decision, knowing that our intent was equitable partnership, I think them making a decision like that reveals enough about themselves where I wouldn't have wanted to be their business partner anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Because for me, in the first 60 days, we doing a lot in systems. Like
Yeah.
we building
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people's stuff. They don't got it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to come in there, build put all of these things in place.
Yeah.
That's the bulk of, not the bulk, but that's a heavy lift,
Yeah.
especially when our team is physically in there helping do these
Mm-hmm.
things.
I probably wouldn't put my team in
Yeah.
those first 60 days,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of stuff for us is partnerships. So the quicker we get it done, the quicker, like, our results are based on the work that we both put in.
Yeah.
So ours is a little different.
The way that yours is structured, that makes total sense. Like you're literally walking into partnership.
Yeah, 100%.
But when we're talking about, I like to get to know.
Like
I like to
date.
have a courting.
And that's kind of like the mastermind. Like
Yes.
put people through the mastermind, and I know who got it in the first
Immediately. I know who
30
got it
days.
that
Yeah.
first month.
Because I know based on your work ethic and
Yeah.
how much of the stuff you got done.
I can see how you're showing up.
Yeah.
Like right now, and that's one of the beauties about having the community that I have. Whenever I'm in Actionable CEO, I see how people are showing up for themselves, how you present yourself, how you present your information, how you participate in the homework assignments and in the things that we're doing in group. If you can't participate at this level, you're probably not going to execute at a different level or a deeper
100%.
connected level with me. So I look at different things. I am not the expert of buying into businesses, right? It's something that I am getting my feet wet in. I do know, though, that I'm a damn good business coach and I'm someone that you want on your team. So this is the process as I see it now. But when we look even at larger, more successful individuals, right? When we look at the people that we learned from, I don't know that they're always concerned about how nice you are to your wife
Yeah.
when they're making business decisions.
Yeah,
They may not have the same moral compass. Like it really, I think it depends on who you are and what's a priority for you. I don't want to be attached to somebody who, has a certain type of history with people.
Yeah.
I want to ideally be in good business with good people.
Yeah, I agree. But that's great. Like, it's funny. Like, I haven't gotten as far as like hanging with your whole family yet.
Yeah.
Right? When I say you either, like your daughter been around, but
Yeah.
I definitely got to hang one time because I don't want to do business with somebody I can't hang with. It's
Yeah.
just I haven't gotten to that point. It's not just money for me. Like I actually want to kick it with the person I'm building with, not just money.
The hardest thing for me to do, I just brought it back, but for years, I stopped doing in-person client interface.
Yeah.
Because one of the hardest things to do is to go and fly into somebody's city and you have to spend 8 hours with them for like a VIP day or whatever it is that you have to do, and you don't like that person. Like y'all are not vibing. Y'all don't get along. You don't have anything to talk about.
I couldn't even do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it whatsoever. I look at mindset. Like, is this a person is this a business owner who is thinking about solutions, or are we always harping on the problem? Like, is this a woe is me, or is this a I get to solve this problem kind of person? I look at so many things before deciding, and I do that as a coach. Like, you can't go to my website and just enroll in my coaching services.
Yeah.
I need to have a one-on-one conversation with you. And people will ask, I just had a young lady who I'm talking about coming in to help me out in operations, right? And she's like, okay, well, we got to get these sales calls off your calendar. And I'm like, no, not those. Not those, because I've gone the route of having a sales team pick my high level business clients for me. Never again. I have to have a preliminary call with everybody. Like, they do a call, but I do like that final check to say, yes, this person and I can work together.
And so funny, I do that initially. So I do the first call. Hey, let's talk. 15, 20 minutes. Here's what we could do. Tell me your goal. Sound like it's something we could do. Now talk to the team, get all the real details.
Yeah.
They got spreadsheets and the darn slide decks and all of that, and then we get busy.
Yeah.
But that's me. I gotta do that. I gotta analyze your social media. I gotta analyze your. I'm going to look at your Instagram lives. Like, I'm going to do all the studying on my own, so I can make sure we're making the best decision.
I agree. I do the same exact thing. And somebody would tell me that that's not a good use of my time.
No, that's a great use.
It's a great use of my time.
That's a great use.
It's a great use of my time. And, you know,
because
I think
that call is worth 6 to 7 figures.
for sure.
And if it's the right fit, and if it ain't the right fit, you might giving me a headache.
Yeah. I think it would be a good idea for us to even talk about, maybe we should go live one day and talk to CEOs or small business owners about how to prepare for a conversation like this.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make yourself marketable, right? Desirable in a situation like this? Because a lot of what I also find is people just want to be too cool with you too fast, right? And I understand that we can be cool, but we're going to get business done first, right? I understand that we are going to have a conversation, just like it would be if you're going to go and pitch somebody else on business. Oftentimes people don't know how to market themselves well. They don't know how to come in and speak and actually have a business conversation. They want to be too personal, too laid back, too this, that, and the other. And I think maybe we can even just start at a place where we're teaching people how to be desirable and marketable to attract equity partners like us.
Yeah. I've had the privilege to help hundreds and hundreds of people all around the world open up their own profitable event spaces utilizing my signature formula. Number 1, how to find a space. Number 2, how to fund the space, and how to automate the space. I've been in Atlanta, Georgia now living for 2 years. My spaces are still in Philadelphia operating, doing extremely well because we use the same exact formula that I break down, right? If you're interested in learning how we can help you, I want you to go to eventsspacesecrets.com, watch a training, or book a call with our team to see if you are a good fit. Again, this is for you specifically if you're looking for other ways to leverage your money and turn that into other streams of income, right? I don't believe there's a better time than right now for you to get tapped into the information in the game that can help you. So again, go to eventsspacesecrets.com, watch the training, or book a call with our team to see if you're a good fit for this opportunity. Let's go. And I just think that is powerful. Just if we could like show people how to become more. Another thing, let's talk about, and this is old, but I think.
I'm scared.
No, it's two. How to approach someone you want to work with, maybe at a network. How do you want to be approached at a networking event? Like, for us, what I'm trying to get people to get a picture. I think the picture is cool, but how can I get more out of that?
Yeah.
So me, I'm going to you like trying to identify what do she need, and hey, I do this. I would love to do this for you, or I'll send this to you, or saw you at an event. I'm a photographer, videographer. When you get off that stage, I got photos and videos for you. A lot of times it's, Neil, let's get a picture. I'm cool with a pic. And I want to be a disclaimer. Anytime you see me, I want all the pics in the world you want. But what about a question like when we saw Magic Johnson? Yo, would you be willing to mentor us?
Yeah.
Marcus just gave him $250,000. I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
So anytime I go to somebody, went up to Jeezy, went right up to him. I forgot initially what I said, but I'm not going up to you in fan mode. I'm trying to go up to you in money mode. How can we go make something happen?
You know, it's interesting. Most people get the approach wrong. And I think it starts with not knowing what you need from a person. So whenever I am going into, let's say we're meeting somebody at a conference or at an event.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm going into a room like that, I'm always purchasing tickets at VIP level.
100%.
Always purchasing my ticket at VIP. And I understand, I get it. Everybody's not at a place right now where they can purchase their tickets VIP. But if you know that you have a conference coming up in 6 months and you've purchased a general admission ticket, my advice would be number one, to put the Starbucks to the side, put the partying and the drinking to the side, and save your money to upgrade your ticket. And I'm saying this whether it's my event or anybody else's, because the speakers have to engage more with people who are at in the VIP level.
100%.
So number one, you have canceled out the biggest roadblock. The biggest obstacle is, how do I get close to them? That's the number one obstacle. Get a VIP ticket. Before you even go to that event, though, I would recommend that you look at who the speakers are, who the special guests are that are going to be there. Learn something about them. Like, go to their links, go through their process, see how things are happening. And depending on what service you provide, like, go through that part to see where the gaps are, where the help is needed, what you can potentially do, how you can be a great addition to the team. So that's identifying what you need from that person.
That's good.
And use that to have a unique approach. Like, everybody is coming up to take a picture. And I am the type of person, I'm going to take all the pictures until the event is over. Like, you literally have to drag me out of there because I understand that people, they save sometimes to meet their favorite entrepreneurs
100%.
or their favorite influencers. So I always want to honor that moment for you.
Me too.
But you could have gotten so much more if you would have approached and said, hey, Donni, I was just on a call with one of your sales team members, and they were telling me that you were going to get, I was going to get on your calendar in 3 days because you're traveling, blah, blah, blah. You know what? That led me to wonder if you have an issue with your team. Maybe you need some help in an assistant area. Maybe you need somebody else who can be the intermediary between these phone calls, between your salesperson and you, to move this process along a little further. Who can I talk to right away to help you with that, right? Present yourself as an asset.
Powerful.
Now you've opened the door. Oh, you know about me.
Yeah.
You've done some research. You've done some research. Now I want to have a conversation with you. Now I'm not just telling you to hit me in my DMs. Now I'm giving you my assistant's actual phone number, and I'm saying, hey, make sure we talk next week. Right? And it doesn't always have to be a give in that way. When you approach me, right now, I have so many people who approach me and say things like, I watch you on the podcast all the time. I get so much gain from you. I appreciate that. I truly do. But it's the people who say, Donni, I saw you on episode 356, and in that episode, you gave like the 10 things that we need to have operationally in our business, and I went and executed all of them. But I got to tell you, that system that you told me to use, that's the one that changed it. Now I feel like you're really in tune and really plugged in. People are always going to give more energy to those who give them the most energy.
That's a fact.
Yeah. If I feel like you're completely plugged in, I am going to prioritize you over people who are just familiar enough to ask for a picture.
Same thing, like I get plays and I see you running them, I'm trying to keep feeding you the plays now because I'm like, oh, they about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm always trying to just really go harder on giving them plays once, once they doing it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just about standing out, like not fitting into the crowd. There's so many different things that you can do. If you are coming to a Nehemiah event or a Neo event, order a Circle of Greatness t-shirt. Have that on. Like, show that you're actually bought into and tapped into the brand, and you get the attention that you need. Yeah.
Let's do a lightning round where let's go back and forth, maybe 5 gems each, under a minute. We just give people some strategy or some game they can use.
Okay.
My first one is I'm going to go event-based. So this is a huge strategy. So it's simple, but it's impactful. So anytime you're at an event and they do Q&A, always look to be first. And when you go be first, I want you to go up there and be like, hey, my name is, essentially, hey, my name is Nehemiah. I used to do Sonia. I used to have some. Hey, how you doing? My name is Sonia Lewis. I am the student loan doctor. I'm the #1 source online and all around the world to helping people eradicate student loan debt. I also help people do this, and that. And my website is this. My question is, I just made the whole room know who I am and what I do. And you still getting the question answered, but I just if I know I need that, I'm going to go see you. So after every event, the people are coming to her more than going to the speaker because of that. So I think create a sales pitch that is specifically around asking the question.
Yeah, and that was dope because in under 10 seconds, you literally just piqued the interest of every person in that room.
And most people got student loans.
For sure.
Yeah.
Most people have student loans or have kids or family members with student loans. Like Sonia luckily has a service that nearly everybody can use. We all know somebody with a student loan.
100%.
Like we all know somebody with a
I had
student loan.
one before I paid them puppies off. Yeah.
Yes. One tip that I would give people, and sometimes it's crazy that I have to say this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I would think that, or all the time I think it's common sense, but we all know that what we think is common, everybody doesn't.
That's a fact.
Right? Whether you're doing a podcast or you have like a live series or something that you're doing on Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, cater it to what you actually offer. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they are in the health and wellness space. They sell health and wellness products, but all of their YouTube videos and all of their lives are going on having conversations about relationships between men and women, like romantic relationships. And they get this whole audience, and their thought process is, if I have this conversation about relationships, then I can get all these people sharing this video because that's a popular topic. And then I get all these new followers, and then I can tell them about my health and wellness stuff. And as ideal as that sounds,
Yes.
it does not work.
They don't come there for that.
They don't come there for that. So if you can right now, whether you are, like, I don't have the ability to run ads. I never have. I've never been able to run a paid ad. I have been able to build the brand at the level that I've been able to build it.
With no paid ads.
With no paid ads, by mastering having small conversations, micro conversations around my area of expertise. So I'm always talking about business. I'm always talking about business strategy. I'm always talking about coaching. I'm always talking about personal development and how I prepare myself as an entrepreneur, because those are the conversations that draw nearer to me, my ideal market. So if you are an entrepreneur, which if you're watching this podcast, you are, have as many micro conversations as you can around your area of expertise everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Take those conversations. You don't have to turn it into a podcast, but they need to be stored in digital form on your social media, on YouTube, or somewhere where people can keep hearing you speaking about these conversations often.
That's good. I like that. My next one for me, and this is some of these things, they aren't really hacks or aren't really, but they like, if you use them, they're powerful. So. Yeah. For me, it's listening to the small stuff. So when I'm in these rooms now, I'm not listening to respond. I'm listening to listen.
Yeah.
Because I realize that everybody has something. Like it may be the smallest thing. I was listening to this episode on sales, and essentially I listened all 24 minutes. I'm like, yo, this kind of was fluffy. It was like the last 1 minute, he said, all you got to do is go sell another influencer's product and get a percentage of it. It wasn't influence. I'm like, that's simple. And I went and did it and made a bunch of money doing that, right? But I was listening very intently and trying to find the goal in that message.
Yeah.
So we was at an event, and Rashad was like, stop calling your thing a podcast. It's a show.
It's a show.
I don't call mine a podcast no more. It's a but it's a show, a Circle Greatness show. Why? Now it sounds a little bit more elevated. But it's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
But it sounds elevated by using, but that was a small thing that I switched. Look, it say show up there now. Like I switched it now.
Yeah.
But I'm listening intently to this. When you say certain things, I'm listening like, oh yeah, let me go run that. Donni says she's doing this, it'll work.
Yeah.
Okay, the 60 day and then convert them to perm. Okay, got it. You know, and but most people, they trying to hear this magical gem, like this life-altering.
Yep.
And sometimes you need the nail, not the hammer sometimes.
Yeah, I like that. You do. You need the nail, not the hammer.
Yeah.
Let me see mine. The next one that I'm going to get, I have so many.
I like the operational. I want to hear a couple of them operational things. I think you talked about 10. You don't need 10, but a couple that make you better operationally. I think you said.
Yeah, there are so many things that can make you better from an operational standpoint. So I'll give you like the main one.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a CRM, a 100%. Customer relationship management tool, right? But here, there are levels to CRMs, and it doesn't matter what you get, whether it's Active Campaign, Keep, Go High Level, whatever it is, right? No, none of them pay me. So
Right.
whatever CRM you get, I want you to study that CRM. And if I can give you any advice about choosing a CRM, so let me tell you guys what a CRM is, just in case you don't know what it
Yep.
is, right? So when you are getting new leads in your business, or you have customers, you have clients that you're already working with, your CRM is basically like a stored database where you can keep their name, their phone number, their email address, all the details that you need to keep about them. You have evidence of their billing history. You can connect, like you integrate your email to it. So any email that they send you, you can see it. Your CRM is literally your operator's manual for your whole business. If there's a question about something that's happening, you should be able to go right there to this one place to get all this information.
Yeah.
But we're underutilizing it.
100%.
Underutilizing it. A CRM is way more, and this is why people don't want to pay for it, because they think that a CRM is just a place where you store phone numbers, names, and email addresses, and they're like, I can keep that in a Google Sheet. Yeah, but if you get a chargeback in your business, your Google Sheet isn't integrated with every piece of email communication to prove that this person purchased your
And
program
used it.
and used it, right? There are integrations and automations and workflows and campaigns and all kinds of things that you can do inside of a CRM that can make you more money. Your CRM will make you more money. I utilize it in several different ways. Number one, to store customer contact information. Number two, to have a big picture view of the customer journey.
Yeah.
What has this person done while being a customer or a client of mine? I use it to segment my audiences. So if you have multiple offers like I do, like you do, you can add what's called tags to each contact profile. And it says, this person bought this person bought that, this person bought that. Well, why is that important? Well, if you want to have higher level marketing, it's going to be very important. You don't market to somebody who purchased a $9, worksheet the same way that you do to somebody who enrolled in a $30,000 coaching program.
Yeah.
There's layers to that marketing. And instead of you having to remember that with your mindset, you use your machine, which is your CRM,
Yep.
to remember that. And you sit down and you take the time, if you're a solopreneur or whoever's on your team that does this, you take the time to think through these workflows and say, okay, this person who came in on a $9 journey, where do I ultimately want to take them? What are all the options that I offer? Let me program this CRM to say, hey, after 3 days, we do this. In 7 days, we do that. In 21 days, we do this. In 30 days, it's going to send me a reminder to personally do something. It is so powerful, and it helps you unlock the repeat customer on autopilot. And it's just necessary. You cannot operate your business. I don't care if you have 50 customers that have come through or 5,000 customers. You're not operating your business with any level of strategy if you're not leveraging a CRM.
Let me ask you though, Donnie, there's so many people like, well, I don't even want to say can't afford it, but it's like, I don't want to get a VA. It's going to cost me. The CRM is going, no, it's costing you not to have it.
It's
Talk
costing
through
you not to have it.
how, like the mindset shift that needs to happen for a lot of these entrepreneurs who are only worried about the cost. And I guess they're not assessing the value or what it costs not having, because they've been doing it this way so long that I don't need a team. I'll figure it out all by myself. I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So again, there are levels. And to that entrepreneur, there are CRMs and systems and all kinds of things that you can use that have free trials. Go in there and take advantage of the free trials. It'll say until you get X number of contacts, you don't have to pay us any money. It'll be $15 a month. It'll be whatever that number is. You have to invest in your business if you want your customers to invest in your business, right? And to a person who says, oh, I don't want to invest $500 a month to grow my business, it's too much. To me, that person is saying, I don't believe in my idea enough to think that I will at least make $500 a month to cover these expenses. That's essentially what you're saying.
You hurting somebody.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what you're saying. If I don't believe in what I'm doing enough to put money into it, so it's no surprise that I'm not getting sales because nobody believes in what I'm doing. I don't believe first.
Wow.
And I believe that your result is a direct reflection of the energy that you put into your own business. Like, I can't walk around as a woman wanting a man to think that I'm amazing and beautiful if to myself I'm nasty and I never get dressed and I never shower. Like the same concept, the same process goes into your business. You have to ask yourself, what do I want to get out of this? I'm not afraid to invest money in my business. And to be clear, I'm not just talking as a person who's made some money at this point. Before I made the kind of money that I make right now, when I was struggling, the priority expense for me was always going to be in business. I am always looking for what's the step that's going to get me in the door and get me on my way. And the way my mindset works is if I don't have $100 to invest in my business and I'm literally giving my last, I am going to create a plan. Okay, I got to put $100 in this CRM, in this marketing platform, in this VA for 10 hours, right? And if I'm doing that, because you can get a VA for like $3 an hour. So if I'm putting $100 in, what is my plan to earn this $100 back? Right away, what can I sacrifice? What can I sell? Right? And when I say sacrifice, like what can I do without? I can cut out the coffee. I can cut out the Netflix. Maybe I don't drive as much, whatever that is. But you have to invest in your business. When I started investing at a larger level in my business, my results became bigger. The year that I went after my first 7 figures, the only difference in activity, I offered the same stuff. I was the same woman. I had the same mindset for the most part. The difference in what I did was I invested in myself at a higher level. Like that year that I earned my first 7 figures, I invested about $125,000 in personal development to stretch me, grow me, and mold me. And was I concerned in real time? Like, okay, we about to invest in another one?
Yeah.
You and David coming like, we about to do this program. I'm like, oh, another one? Okay, right, another one. But whenever I make a decision to put my money somewhere, I've already made up in my mind that it's going to pay off. I never waste my money.
That's good.
I never waste my money.
That's good.
You can't get me to say that I've wasted my money on something. I'm going to learn something or get something out of it every single time.
I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something. Period.
Yeah.
I'm leaving here with something.
Yeah.
And even when it's an experience that doesn't yield the most positive result, what I leave with is a lesson that I am able to now take and turn around and share. And I'm able to save somebody else this headache. Well, somebody would say, no, you still lost money. No, it's going to make me money because I went through this, because I went through these CRMs, because I went through these systems, because I went through these processes and these programs that did not pan out for me. Now I am more valuable as a business coach, but because I can say to my client, I can say, Neo, no, don't do that. Yeah. Because I had firsthand experience with that and that didn't work out. This is what you want to do instead because I've done it. I've tried it. I failed at a couple of things. I've won at a couple of things. Me taking those L's up front made me more valuable to the people that I serve later on.
That's good. Me taking them L's up front made me, that's good. So we're about to wrap. I want to do a lightning round, which I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Oh my
You got to shoot them out quick. All right.
My brain doesn't be moving that fast, Neo.
Credit or cash?
Huh?
Credit or cash?
For what?
Whatever.
Credit or cash? I like both, but I'm gonna say cash. Give me my money.
Give me my money.
Give me my monies.
You could be mentored by Oprah Winfrey or Wendy Williams. I mean, I can't even, never mind. Maybe that ain't
Is that
it.
what you're doing for our ladies right now?
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that. I meant to say another women billionaire, but I'll just scratch that out. We're going to go high level or ClickFunnels.
Right now, go high level.
Go high level.
Go hhigh level is that
right
thing. I'm literally in the middle of transitioning everything to go high level.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We are too.
I use
They came in and took market share like crazy.
And this is what you have to do. Go High Level didn't do anything that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
But what they have done is they sat down to an already existing industry, right? An already booming industry. ClickFunnels killing it.
Yeah.
But they looked at, okay, here's where they're missing the mark. Here's where they're, Go High Level is like, here's where they're missing the mark. People, they don't do CRM well. Okay, they don't have a sales flow well. They just got sites. They have landing pages, and this is what they do well. What if we make it easier for all their customers to do all these things in one place because none of these systems are cheap? What if we integrate it, keep it at a very low price, and then allow them to white label it? What?
That was crazy.
Insane.
And it's just another form of affiliate. But
For sure.
It's crazy.
For sure, but it's a high level form of affiliate.
100%.
Like, depending on how large you build your network inside of there, you don't have to do anything else but be an affiliate of their program.
That's it.
Go high level.
Jeez. All right. And guys, this is a new game, so that's why I don't have it all together. So I'm gonna do top 3 books for you right now, or just in general. It
Yeah.
gotta be right now, or
So top 3 books. One what I'm reading right now is the 12-week year.
okay.
This
I
book.
think Milan says she reading that too.
Yep,
Reading that
Milan
together?
is reading that book. We're not reading it together. We just so happen to be reading it at the same time.
Got it.
That book is amazing for where I am right now. Like I was saying, my energy, my spirit is telling me that it's time for me to go bigger. And sometimes we can get real complacent in where we are and how we're performing. And that book really helps light the fire under you. So 12-week year for sure. Purple Cow.
Okay, that's Seth Godin, right?
Seth
I
Godin.
I've never read it, but I have it.
Purple Cow is one of my most favorite books because, without giving too much away, it's about this super uber successful attorney who has all the things, all the money, the cars, the women, and all this stuff, right? But his health has suffered really badly, and his relationships have suffered really badly. His real relationships have suffered really badly. And he sets out on this journey when God spared him his life. He sets out on this journey to just become this better man, this more deeply connected man. And that book reminds you to not forget what's most important in this whole world of chasing goals and success. So I love that book. You need to read it. You need to read that book.
It. All right.
And then Traction. I refer back to that book. That's been one of my favorite books for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I gotta blitz out the audio. Yeah, because everybody talk about I haven't read.
You gotta read Traction. Anybody who is ready in their business to structure their organization, get some operational things in place. You really want to know how to create frameworks of your daily operations and how to move your team and make things flow. Read Traction. That's a really great book. And because I help entrepreneurs with that every single day, 12-week year. This is my 3rd time reading it this year. And Traction, I can read that book like every other month.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
LinkedIn or Facebook?
Neither.
Yeah. We gotta get on LinkedIn though.
We got to get on both.
Yeah, well, I'm on. Yeah, we do got. I'm on Facebook. I'm
on
LinkedIn.
both.
There's some money in LinkedIn
It's
now.
a lot of money on.
We need somebody that can manage it and
You
who
know
understand
what?
it.
A tip that I want to give people, you just asked me LinkedIn, TikTok or Instagram. If you're a product-based business, if you're e-com and you're not using TikTok Shop,
Oh yeah, TikTok
you are
Shop,
leaving
huh?
hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table.
That's a fact.
So for an e-com brand, I'm going to tell you to take your talent over to TikTok all day.
Yeah.
The key really is, though, you can never really disappear off of any of these platforms because they all go through these periods of ups and downs, peaks and
100%.
flows, right? And you have to be able to maintain on all these platforms. But the key is really to cash in and capitalize on the key features while that key feature is the thing. Don't let TikTok Shop becomes so oversaturated that your small business can't stand out. It's wide open right now.
Wow, that's true. It's like the beginning.
It's the beginning. Yeah, for sure.
Monetization, from a monetization standpoint, your email list or your text list?
Text.
Yeah, I like text. Yeah, that's,
Listen,
Yeah.
listen when I tell you.
Yeah.
If you need to make some money today,
yeah.
send some texts out
Today.
If you need
Today.
if you need to make some money today,
Yeah.
send a text. Who are you using for your text right now?
I use mobile text alerts.
Okay. So I am still
I'm going to like we're moving everything
to go high level.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is going to go high level. Your phone number, your everything.
Yeah. I got like 10 numbers. Like we're about to go crazy over there.
Extremely.
Yeah.
I am still using Community.
Yeah.
It's so freaking expensive. Like my community bills be a couple $1,000s.
And you know what sucks? You can't get them numbers.
You can't get those numbers. However,
That's the only thing I don't like.
you can't. Well, so
You might can export them when you're
I was going to
leaving.
say you can. You just have to email them.
Okay.
You have to, if you email them, and that's something that we do quarterly. We should do monthly, but it's a process. If you email them, you can get a list of all your customer information.
That's
but the
important.
thing is, you still miss some people because you can only get who's active at that time.
Wow.
So if they fall out, you don't get them.
See,
But
that's the only thing I don't like.
one of the things that we do whenever somebody opts into us, usually people are opting into that for one of my communities post to paid. But whenever somebody's opting into us, once they opt in, we send their email because they've made a purchase. We send their email to join one of our other communities, so we get them there.
That's good.
So it just really depends. If you want to collect some people, if you're using community, like charge $1 for something and have them opt into it, when they pay you, you got their email address.
That's good. Or like you're saying, hey, I want to also give you this. Just go over here.
Just go over here. You just give them a
give me your
freebie
number.
or something.
Yeah.
And that's what you do in exchange, and you have it. So there's ways around it, but you're still limited on how deep you can go with, you can do some automations and stuff, and they've improved so much over the years. I cannot wait for my Go High Level to be up and running. I'm about to be a fool. Do you hear me? You think Donni Wiggins is that deal? Somebody said, I just dropped a podcast episode today with Trap, and somebody commented in the episode, he shares that I was his first business coach, and I helped him make millions.
Yeah.
And somebody commented and was like, Donni is that girl. I said, I am that girl. But when I get Go High Level going,
It's over with.
It's over.
Yeah.
I'm about to be that girl's girl.
And I just met the owners too. So if you need anything, I got the top few people running the things over there.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about, relationships. Like, if we can give
Everything
anybody.
is the relationships right now.
Everything is a relationship. Listen.
But you got to maintain them, Donnie. What I've been thinking about, and I don't want to stop, I've been thinking about hiring just a relationship manager. Like, all you do is relationships. You sending people gifts. You sending things for their birthday.
Talk about it, Neo.
You emailing them. You text. Like,
Let's share that person.
yeah, I'm down with that.
I'm very
That's
serious.
a real thing. A relationship.
That's a real thing.
Like, sometimes I'll put a group message with, this is a aspiring partner. And it may have 4 other team members on there.
Yeah.
They're messaging them 30 minutes later, an hour. Your 2-minute response.
2 minutes.
Then when they sign on an agreement, something getting sent to their home. I'm talking about upset. Hey, just checking in. We sent you something. Just a relationship.
Listen,
it all boils down to that.
That is so key. I think you and I have both built our businesses based off of relationship.
100%.
Like, if we're being totally honest, like, we're smart, but this ain't rocket science.
No.
Right? We're not astronauts. We're not launching things into space.
Yeah, it's relationships.
It's relationships. Yeah. What we know, people can find in books.
Yeah.
What we know, people can find on podcasts.
Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube. You can
100%.
find it somewhere. It's the relationships that we're building that's getting us in these rooms. It's the reasons that we're securing these high-level clients. It's the reasons that we're having conversations about equitable partnerships and things like that. Relationships are key. Collaborations literally changed my life. Like, literally changed my life. Building relationships.
Look at you and Chance.
Look at me and Shans. Look at me and Shans. Thankfully, both of us know how to build and maintain relationships. Yeah. But it gets deeper now. The higher you go, the deeper you have to build these relationships.
100%.
The better the impression you have to make upon people. Yeah. So remembering things like I do something in my phone. What I do now to manage relationships, I take notes on my contacts. And
under their name?
Under their name.
Wow, how I met, what's up, what?
So
I be forgetting.
I take notes on my contacts. Like, if I meet somebody, until I know you, I am generally going to have some memory joggers, because my memory be trash sometimes, right? So I will always put in the contact record what most people do. Met you at, a Circle of CEO event, okay?
And take a picture with them.
I take a picture, but you got to not only take the picture, you got to send that in the chat with them, right? 100%. So you know who you're talking to. But in the notes section, I write down stuff like, she has natural hair, she wore this perfume. Yeah. Like my friend Ernestine, I have like her favorite candy bar, her favorite color. Her fingernails are always purple. This is her birthday. This is that. This is what really drives her. This is her love language. Like, when you reveal to me certain details about you that would make you feel good if I remember it, I just add it to my notes.
Wow, that's good. You know, another one, I got to take that one. What I've started now, I'm going to actually do it today now, is I sit down. Now it's a new practice once a week. And just send 20 to 25 videos personally. Hey, Donni, hope you've been well, sis. Just checking in. Wishing you a prosperous month. I know this is Women's History Month. Keep rocking.
I'm doing it.
Boom.
I'm doing
hitting it. 20 people. I'm hitting old people. I'm hitting new people. I'm going to do it. When the last time you got a video message?
The only time I do that is in my actual on my text list. So
Yeah.
I'll pick like 5 people a week,
Yeah.
and I'll just send them a reel because people never think it's you.
Yeah,
They always
and
think
you
it's
say,
automated.
and I'm saying your name, everything.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, yep, you didn't think it was me, but this is me.
Yep.
What y'all doing on this Wednesday or this
Yep.
Thursday?
Yep.
And people start like, they want to work with you more
Yep.
because they're building a relationship.
But even imagine doing that with these, like we was just at that Hawks game together.
Yep. Checking in with the private banker.
Exactly. Doing that, send it like, hey, just checking in.
Hey, Dan, just checking in.
Yeah.
How about them Lakers?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what to
Now, I
say,
guess
but
y'all
figured it
gotta
out.
decide when it's a woman. It may be a little harder depending on what you gotta say, but in
Yeah.
terms of with a
Listen,
man,
now you got to be dressed appropriately and all
100%.
kind. Hey, just checking in. Wanted to send a quick video so
Yep.
you don't forget my fade. You know, you have to say what
right
you have
way.
to say the right way,
100%.
but you
And
definitely
you gotta send it at the right time.
and you have to send it
Not
at the right time.
9:30 p.m.
And
or
I'm
11.
always like, hey, how are you and your family?
100%. Hey, just hope you and your wife are well.
Hope you and your wife are well. Hope the kids are great.
Yep.
I just wanted to check in to say, you know, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
always.
And here's the thing: that stuff is boring. It's stuff that people won't do, but this is how you become remembered. I told my guy the other day, Kemoy, he was going on went on the Virgin Cruise for free, and I'm like, bro, what you need to do is you need to be sending gifts to these people. Well, he's like, it's free. Well, the value of that was I just paid $3,300 for my cabin, right? The value of that is $3,300. What's a $70 edible arrangement that lady isn't getting from anywhere else?
Anywhere else.
What you cannot forget is that she's going to leave Virgin that one day and go somewhere else, and they're still looking for an influencer. Guess who she going to call?
Yeah.
The influencer who actually remembered her.
Yeah.
My man, we were at dinner, Devin Lars. We were at dinner at Circa that night. I don't know if you remember. You, me, Milan, Devin.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah,
So he pulled up or whatever, and he does Starbucks. So 650,000 images he printed for them. He do all the uniforms for Starbucks. Every uniform. Wow. He does when Golden State Warriors is having the event at the stadium, he prints all the shirts for it.
Yeah.
But he was mentioning to me like, bro, you know, one of these big deals I got, it was just somebody I stayed in touch with. She just went to another company. And she gave me hey, I wanted to read. You still doing that?
Yeah.
Yes. So
you're saying that
relationship piece.
You're saying that, and it's bringing me back to my corporate days.
Yep.
I was in property management for about 13 years,
Yep.
and we would have vendors like painters and gym people who wanted to come in and service our client, our residents and stuff. They would come in and they just bring like donuts and coffee to our office. Like they call and be like, "How many people working today?" And they bring this stuff. And whenever we would need a new painter, who do we go to? Yeah. The person who was bringing us stuff. 100%. I changed from property to property to property to, I could have gone to 4 different properties in 1 year. Whenever I went to a new property, I'm bringing my team with me. Who am I calling? The people who I built a relationship with at the last place, because I know they're going to do good by me. Yeah. Because of the relationship that we've built. And the same thing works in our small business. The same thing works with us personally. Build the relationship is going to change your life.
When people give me stuff, I'm looking to find a way to just pay them back.
Yeah.
It's just reciprocity. But again, that's the boring stuff, but that's the things that we talk about. You got to think about a return on ROR, return on the relationship. I meet you at a conference. We build 10 years, like I haven't done business with some of the people I built with yet. Like me and Trapper, before me and Trapper made money together, we probably been friends for 3 years, 2.5, 3 years before that. Circle CEO, some of us was friends for a while before we made, but we're building on a relationship. So when the opportunity finally comes, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm excited. Like, I can't wait to go sit in my car and go text some people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Send some videos, send some messages, but like when
25 a week, that's 100 a month.
That's period. Yeah. When I think about the number one contributing factor to my success, it has to be people.
Yeah.
It has to be people. And in order to generate success from people, you have to build the relationship. So if you're not out there building, that's the key right there. Neo, so many people say, "Oh, I don't like people." Then you don't dare be an entrepreneur. You gotta like some people, or you gotta know how to do a really good job at pretending that you like some people,
That's a
right?
fact.
You gotta like some people in business. Get out there and build as many relationships as possible, and not these transactional relationships.
Always looking for something.
You got to actually take interest in people.
Yeah.
You actually got to be interested in what they have going on. You got to invite them places with you. Bring somebody to a football game with you. Like, do some things with people to make you where the investment feels actual, like the investment feels real.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not just transactional.
Yeah.
I can spot a transactional relationship a mile away, and I stay so far away from it.
Look, at least get to know me before we do the trade. You know what I mean?
Get to know me. Get to know me.
Listen, this show has been fire. Donnie, let everybody know where they could tap in with you at.
Absolutely. Donni Wiggins _ on Instagram. There is no E in my name. DonniWiggins _ I know y'all know it. I'm really saying it for Neo because he throws an E in my name all the time.
My bad.
And I keep my mentorship community open because I'm waiting on you to come into it. Actionable CEO is a community for entrepreneurs who are looking for personal, professional, and financial development. Come and find out if it's for you at actionableceo.com.
Let's get it, y'all. We can't wait to see y'all on the next show.